What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and a lot is going on when it comes to the Jim Jones and Cameron beef saga. And this time, it's really hard to pinpoint where exactly things are getting crazy at again, because Jim Jones has been doing a lot of interviews addressing, Cameron, and at one point saying Mace was disrespectful towards Cameron and how could you work with him. And he's going on different interviews and podcasts talking more things about Cameron. While Cameron, for the most part, has kept his mouth shut, he's responded here and there, but it seems like right now he's had enough of it. Cameron took to his Instagram page and posted an image that says, "How you worried about me when your heat off and your rent due?" And in the caption, he said this: "Heard it was 7 degrees in the Bronx last night," and then a bunch of laughing emojis. With this post, it's really hard to tell who he's talking about, but immediately Jim Jones jumped in the comments and decided to disrespect Cameron, and Freaky Zeke got involved, a bunch of laughing emojis, and then Cameron and Jim Jones went back and forth in the comments, and then even 50 Cent got involved clowning Jim Jones, because now the beef with 50 and Jim Jones has fully escalated from Tony Yayo to 50, and Cameron and Jim Jones haven't seen eye to eye in a long time. Let's go in the comments and see what Jim Jones had said, what Cameron said in response, and 50 Cent's 2 cents, and we'll talk about what we can expect moving forward. So Jim Jones commented a few things, and they're all separately, not in one comment. He said, "Your whole crew is soft. Do your shoe, punk. A block, no, you soft." He continued, said, "You want to play, pull up and let the people see how soft you are, chump." He commented again, "You soft." Freaky, which is Freaky Zeke, "You soft too," which Freaky responded to. And yeah, Cameron decided to respond to all of that in the comments. He was with that smoke. He said this to one of the comments where he says, "Your shoe, do your shoe, punk." Cameron responded saying, "What's wrong, Capo? You heat off too. I ain't know. Is hate for you to be 50 years old with no heat?" Basically probably meant I'd hate for you to be 50 years old with no heat. "What's your Zell, bro? I got you," with a bunch of laughing emojis. He then responded to a block, no, you soft comment and said, "Yeah, but my heat on and I'm warm. And I'm warm. You 50 years old, tough and cold, but dead ass though, Capo, you heat off for real." Other comments where Jim Jones said, "You want to play, pull up. Let's let the people see how soft you are, chump." Cameron responded saying, "Jomo, you 50 and still want to pull up. I got the video of you breaking in your own studio trying to trigger the heat system and chasing your landlord around in his car because he want his rent. You are 50. Go pull up on that heat bill." Then the Freaky comment where Jim Jones goes at Freaky Zeke. Freaky responds, says, "Jim Jones, Capo, was I soft in Detroit when guys was getting at us and you was using me as a shield?" And then he tagged Trick, which is interesting. He says Trick was there. 50 then posted all those responses as he would on his Instagram page and decided to add in his 2 quarters. And the first thing he posted was Cameron's "You heat off and your rent due." And in the caption he said, "Damn, I hope you can all chip in and get that heat back on." Then he posted all the back and forth that Cameron had with Jim Jones in his images. And he said, "Damn, Jim mad with all this pressure. I hope he is all right. Cam is laughing at him. LOL, maybe they can start a fire and all stand around it." Continuing on, more posts were made, and this was from 50 Cent. He posted a video of them eating what it looks like at their podcast studio or warehouse, and a lot of people are heavy dressed, meaning that they're probably cold, and they're eating their food, and there's a funny wind sound effect in the background with no heat plastered on the video.
Brown chicken.
That's about it. He's got his plate. You're about to tap in.
I'm about to tap in.
Yeah, I need the honest review.
I got collard green juice going down my head.
50 said in the caption, "Damn it, man, it's cold as a bee over there, huh? F it, you cool, LOL." Continuing on, then Cameron trolled Jim Jones more and posted a video of how to make basically like a bonfire, but it's like in a trash can fire. And in the caption, he said, "I'm just trying to help." From there, then Jim Jones responded and he showed his warehouse studio that he allegedly bought or owns. And in the caption, he said, "Thank you for the free promo. The ICB factory will be open to all creatives very soon. We working while we working. This is just one side of the facility. You ain't seen nothing yet. God is good." So check out that video.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer. Are you not entertained? Since everybody want to put my business in the street, I might as well talk to you about my business. Right now, I am in the second phase of construction. We're not open to public. This is a raw space. I have not found out yet what I want to do exactly in this space, but in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes. Pull up though. Show you what we'll be doing. I'm building a multi-purpose content creation facility for media, fashion, music, and broadcasting. We have a boutique in here, a boutique. We almost finished the loading, almost fresh. The barbershop, that'll be done. Come on with it, come on with it. I love free promo. As you can see, it's an open space. This is actually a studio. It's almost done. One side. It's gutted right now, so don't hold nothing against me. Show you. No construction, old shit coats paper, you heard? Don't want nobody to think I'm in here, you know what I mean? It's crazy because, what we doing? The young boys usually be back there. The young boys don't feel no temperature, all they feel is opportunity. They still be here working in the midst of us working. So we're still in the midst of construction. Got a few things we're gonna be doing out here. We'll be another studio we'll be putting over here. Bodega, be a nice little fun street to film on, to do broadcast. It's not even half of it. We got a whole nother half to film on. But what I'm trying to say is I've been happy to be able to invest in myself and something that I know is going to help a lot of other people. I'm not building this facility for myself. Yes, it is a business move. That's why I invested in myself. But I'm building this facility for all creators and young ones that's trying to come up to be a creator or have a creative ability that they want to know how to double down on. It's like an excellent school for all the fly people, if you say so yourself. So, you know, I appreciate the promo. I love free promo. You know, I ain't gonna miss a beat. You did? It's cold in here. I love y'all, man.
And then from there, Freaky Zeke decided to respond to Jim Jones with his own video. And in the caption, he said, "Jim Jones, it's a sad look for you when you're trying to come at me."
Oh, really? Oh, really? Now you putting this on the gram? Everybody know.
Toughest and Dipset is Freaky Zeke by far. It's not even close.
You're reaching now, coming at me. You need to be reaching for some kerosene. You need to be reaching for some coals. You need to be reaching for 2 rocks to strike them shits together. I ain't even mad at you, brother. I am mad at the choices you make, though. Because those are all choices of what you make, nigga. You can't afford to pay your rent and your heat bill. It's warm over here. It's warm over here. You know what, Jomo? Yeah, you're acting like a Jomo-sexual. Acting like a Jomo-sexual. Calm down.
First, Jim Jones has been having financial issues. He's had them for a while. His one of his houses got foreclosed on. And then 50 revealed, obviously, them having issues paying rent. So there could be some truth to this. And Cameron says he has a video of him trying to turn the heat on and it's not turning on. So I don't know if that just might be the heat's bad in the building and it just doesn't turn on, or he didn't pay his bill. It's one of those two things at the end of the day. Because sometimes, you know, I've had in my old office, I've had the heat go out and I tried turning it on, it just doesn't work. And that doesn't mean I didn't pay the bill. It's just the building's old, the heat doesn't work. So it could be that, or it could be, you know, he didn't pay the bill. And if that's the case, then yeah, Jim Jones is in a very bad situation in his life financially. It's unfortunate because, you know, he had a huge record, man, at a certain point, and he has at least a good brand behind him with Dipset and has used that to a certain extent to elevate his status and his name. But it looks like it's not looking good. I mean, 50 exposed the whole rent thing, and he actually showed audio of the actual owner of the building, you know, talking about they're behind $180,000. And this is what I say when it comes to the Let's Rap About It podcast, right? Fabulous should not be associated with these guys. And it's no disrespect to Mano, Jim Jones, or Dave East, but Fabulous is at a different level, different tier. I don't understand why he ever decided to do a podcast with all of them. I think a lot of artists that do podcasts, do podcasts, end up just doing it for a brief amount of time. They get their money, they get their advance, whatever it is for the podcast, and they don't care anymore. I've seen so many artist podcasts come and go. It's really ridiculous. And a lot of these artists, they get this lump sum money up front, and they sign a contract for 2 seasons, 3 seasons of the podcast, maybe 1 season. And that's it. They don't really care about, the back end and building a brand. They're not a Joe Budden, for example. Joe Budden didn't take any lump sum money up front. He started something from scratch, built it, and took his time with it. A lot of these artists just get signed to these like media companies who give them upfront money for that time being, and they just take the upfront money. They run with however long they can run with the podcast, and that's it. And it dies out after that. So I'm not really a fan of artist podcasts because they don't really last. And there's only so much you can do to a certain extent. There's only so many people you can interview and so many conversations you can have. But, I'm not saying anything about the Let's Rap About a podcast. I don't listen to it, but there is just them 4. There's really no guests. So I guess it's a little bit easier that way. But having 4 people on a podcast, that means you guys are splitting the pie at least 4 different ways if there's not something behind the scenes where someone's getting a cut. So it's going to be a lot harder on that end. But that's just the business side of the podcast world. I mean, I've seen it. I'm not the biggest podcast in the world ever, but I've seen deals being offered. I've seen, things behind the scene, and I kind of understand the space, a little bit better than the average person. But every deal is different. Everything's structured differently. But who knows, man? I hope Jim Jones gets back on his feet. I hope he really mends these relationships, man. It's not a good look for him. It's not going to look good on his brand at all. And Cameron and 50 are cool again, and they're trolling the hell out of Jim Jones, and it's not looking good. But we'll see what happens moving forward. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $3 a month, you can get my videos uncut and raw the way I intended them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community talking about hip-hop and various other things. It's very dope. So only $3 a month. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse Mentality. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.